Hi there, grade 6s. Today I want to have a look at fractions where we are going to be adding fractions with different denominators. So let's look at our first example. Our first example is 2 over 3 plus 3 over 4. Now, we cannot add fractions unless the denominators are exactly the same. So we look at the denominator of 3 and the denominator of 4. Now, I've written down some steps. The first thing we need to do is find our LCM. Why are we going to find our LCM, or our lowest common multiple? Well, we need to convert to an equivalent fraction where the denominators are the same. We can only add fractions if the denominators are the same. So what I'm going to do is look at the multiples of 3, and here I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and I'm going to look at the multiples of 4, and I have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So now what I'm trying to look for is the lowest common multiple. So I look at the multiples of 3 and I look at the multiples of 4 and I see which number is common to both the multiples of 3 and 4. And that is 12. 12 is common to both. So what I do is I convert 2 over 3 to an equivalent fraction over 12. So what did I do to 3 to get 12? I multiplied by 4. And therefore, I must multiply 2 by 4 as well. That will give me 8 over 12. So 2 over 3 is the same thing as 8 over 12. Then I look at 4. What did I do to 4 to get 12? I multiplied by 3. And therefore, I must multiply the numerator by 3 as well. And 3 times 3 is 9. So 3/4 is the same thing as 9 over 12. What do we do now? We either add or we subtract. So here we need to add. 8 plus 9 is 17 over 12, which is an improper fraction. We need to have it in mixed fraction form, and that gives me 1 and 5 over 12. Let's look at another example. We have 7 over 3 plus 23 over 7. So the first thing we need to do is find our LCM. So we write down the multiples of 3 and we write down the multiples of 7. And what do we find here? When we've written down the multiples of 3 and the multiples of 7, the LCM is 21. That's our lowest common multiple. So both fractions must be converted to a number over 21. What did I do to 3 to get 21? I multiplied by 7. So I must multiply the numerator by 7 as well. This gives me 49 over 21. Let's look at the next one. 23 over 7. What did I do to 7 to get 21? I multiplied by 3. And therefore I must multiply 23 by 3 as well. That gives me 69. When I add the numerators together, it gives me 118 over 21. Now we need to convert this to a mixed fraction, and that gives me 5 and 13 over 21. Let's look at example 3. We have 17 over 10 plus 11 over 20. Our LCM here is 20. Now, if you look at 11 over 20, the denominator is already 20. That means that we will not change that. But for 17 over 10, we need to convert to an equivalent fraction. So what did I do to 10 to get 20? I multiplied by 2, which means I must multiply the numerator by 2 as well. When I add them together, it gives me 45 over 20, which is 2 and 5 over 20. However, 5 over 20 needs to be simplified further. 5 divides into itself once and into 20 4 times. Let's look at example 4. Example 4 is 17 over 9 plus 3 over 2. Now, the denominators are not the same, so we need to convert them to equivalent fractions by finding the LCM. The LCM is 18, so we need to convert 9 to an equivalent fraction over 18. What did I do to 9 to get 18? I multiplied by 2, so I must multiply 17 by 2 as well, and that gives me 34 over 18. And then I have to convert 3 over 2 to an equivalent fraction over 18. What did I do to 2 to get 18? I multiplied by 9. And therefore, I must multiply the numerator by 9 as well. And 3 times 9 is 27. So when I add them all together, 34 plus 27 gives me 61 over 18. And that gives me 3 and 7 over 18 as an answer. Thank you for watching with us, grade 6s. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends. We'll see you again soon.